Thank you so much for tuning into Divine Intuitive Guidance with your host, Racquel. And I have a special guest, Nick. We're going to be doing his reading. Nicholas, is it okay? Are you consenting to being recorded into your reading?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can move forward. So, I read energy. So, I just pick up the messages that Spirit gives me from my intuition, from my clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. I use oracle cards and tarot, and I'm also do mediumship. Okay. All right.
Okay.
There, please. Oh, oh, you got two messages. Okay, we're starting off with the Spirit Messages Oracle cards.
Okay.
All right. It says, make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You need to know your worth, even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. Okay, that's one card. These cards look like. It also says, your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. Okay, so that was two messages that popped out. Now, let's see what the Psychic or Oracle Tarot has to say. Here we got a message from Nicholas's highest good and his empowerment. What does he need to know? Ooh, okay. We had a okay. All right, so first you have the moving on card with the number 6 at the top, okay?
Okay.
So there has been a space that you've been in, and I believe that the things that you used to know of yourself are about to open up. You're about to see new avenues of who you are, your abilities, capabilities, opportunities. Okay. 6 represents community and the new normal. So you will begin to not only you're walking into a new normal, but you will begin to bond with a community. You will begin to find support that you didn't know that was there before. Okay. 6 also it represents harmony, love, integration, relationships. So again, here you are, you're going to be coming into a community where you will find bonds, you will begin to integrate with them. They will show you love that you didn't necessarily receive before in different aspects, right? And remind you that people are good. You just got to find your people. Okay? The next card is disruption. So again, it kind of goes around with the moving on. There is a disruption, a change in the way that things have been going, right? You'll start noticing your interests will change. The things that come across and present themselves to you will change. And you'll begin to wonder, like, what is that about? It's going along the path that you are going, the direction you're going into, and it's going to bring forth some assistance and tools that you're going to need. Okay. So 7 at the top is 16, which equals 7. 7 is tests, metaphysics, contemplation, spirituality, withdrawal. So you're going to find yourself withdrawing, right? Because you're realizing that you're coming out of this cocoon. You were once, we all have stages, and it doesn't invalidate the previous stage or the past, right? It's important too. But we begin to go into our cocoon so we can become a butterfly. So you begin to withdraw, to go deeper within and really tap into your spirituality, really tap into oneself, getting to know oneself, going back to the root of self. Okay, you're going to begin to realize also your metaphysical background. Okay, and this is really going to come forth with test and perseverance through those tests. Okay, you've got the solar plexus card with 3 at the top. 3 represents creativity, outcome, self-expression. It's time to express yourself. It's time for you to tell your story in your own creative way. Okay? The solar plexus is fire energy. I can. You definitely can. You definitely can. So you have to tap into that I can with telling your story, not worrying about what people are thinking, what they have to say. This is your life. You are the author and creator of it, and you are entitled to share yourself. Okay? And the last card of that deck that popped out was Patience in Planning. Let's see. This filter, y'all. Patience in Planning. So it's going to take a little patience on your part. These things are going to happen, but you just have to be patient with yourself more so than anything and trust the process. And yes, there will be some planning within it, meaning you'll have to know how to put pieces together and organize yourself in a way of how to get these things done. Okay. But always know, understand that everything doesn't have to be difficult, right? So, although we go through tests and trials, that doesn't mean that our life overall has to be difficult. Or if it's easy, then something isn't right. That isn't necessarily true. Okay. Um. Oh, and this card stood out to me before I move on to the next day. You got the hope card. Okay, there is hope. You see all of this light. The light is shining on you and it's illuminating out of you. And people are able to see that also. Please do know that you have to use wisdom and discernment when it comes to dealing with people. Know that you are a treasure and know that it's not that either. None of us are better than the other person per se, but everyone is not aware of their light and their capabilities. They're not aware or tapped into their divinity. So you need to know who to share your light with and who not to. Okay? Let's see what the ancestor cards have to say. Let's see. Oh, I guess that card's just all right. Let's see what these cards have to say. What do you have for Nicholas? Oh, bam. Take time out. Siesta, recharge, rest. It's okay to rest and recharge, right? Because with resting and recharging, things become more clear. Spirit is able to speak when you're kind of still and don't have a lot going on. Of course, they know that we have incarnated on this planet and we have a mission to do and we have life to live, right? So they're really going to speak to you unless it's an emergency. Sometimes when an emergency is going on, spirit will speak abruptly. But outside of that, you kind of got to take time to hear what spirit has to say. Okay. And rest and relaxation is good for your repair. Your body needs to repair, especially in this time of your evolution. You're upgrading. You're coming to yourself. You're going to start coming online. Your abilities and power. Ooh, another one popped out. Oh, the same thing. They serious about this. Take time. Oh, siesta, recharge, and rest. That's crazy. It came out twice. Okay, let me see if they have one more card for you. Anything else? I'm not gonna tell you that just flipped out. That wasn't okay. It says get into nature. Coexistence, gather, limit waste. Again, this woman kind of gives me not only does she give me like native vibes, but it kind of gives me shaman vibes, you know what I mean? So I do think you have potential in some kind of either shamanic or some kind of ceremonial type of service, but you're just gonna have to come into that and understand what that is, and that will come. That will come. So let me move to the Forest Spirits Oracle cards and see what they have to say. You have the Rabbit Spirit. It says quick results. Move swiftly to realize your dreams and adapt to new situations with grace. Okay, because remember you also had got that transformation moving on card too. So yeah, it's telling you some things are they're gonna start moving for you, and I'm sure you've kind of heard this in some way or another before. Let's see now. Let me ask you this, because this is coming in my spirit. I want to ask you, if you don't feel comfortable asking, you don't answering, you don't have to. Um, what is your hesitance or what is your fear with this? Because I feel like there's something to this, right? It's something going on. It's a transformation. It's something that I feel like spirit has been nudging you in a place like it's time. It's time to come online, right? But you're not really sure of what that is. But you're following the nudges, right? They might not even be as clear as you want them to be, but you're following these nudges. What is your apprehension, or what is it that you're unclear about, or what is the resistance?
Um, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Do you hold any fear with it at all?
Mm, no.
No? No, okay. So you think it's more just about not just being unclear of what's going on?
Yeah,
Okay. But do you trust the process?
yeah,
Okay. And I believe you're open to the process.
yeah.
All right. Let me see. All right, let's see what either spirit wants me to say to you or who I can bring through for you. Okay, so actually, pretty quickly, I have a Native American here playing a flute, sitting at the fire. I feel like you can speak in the air. I, so I feel like part of your magic is speaking through the air, right? That's something that you could use to manifest. It's like a small magic, right? To manifest, release. He's playing this flute. Hmm. Yes, this is giving me. I am feeling strongly that, again, and I know I keep telling you this, there is definitely some shamanic ties. You might want to go and um search people, or ask spirit to send someone who is experienced in shamanism. Okay, and just explore that. That doesn't mean you have to step fully into it, but there might be some things that will unlock with that. I also feel that you have a connection with animals too.
Mhm.
I feel like even with animal, I know this sounds gonna sound strange, but I feel like animals are something you can communicate with and tell them your story as well.
Mm,
And I feel like within that process, there will be some alchemization that occurs, right? Because animals, we are really blessed to have them because they also help with our vibration as well. They help bring our vibration up.
mm,
But you do have ties to nature. So if you can get more out in nature, that will be helpful to you. Again, speak into the air, speak into the wind. Hmm. Okay, so now I'm seeing this Native American man. And again, so let me explain what he looks like. I said he had a flute, he has very long, shiny hair. Okay, he's dressed in the normal attire with the feathers and stuff. He doesn't have like any of the headset because I don't believe like he's necessarily a chief or anything. Or maybe he just doesn't have that on because that's not important to the message. But that's what he looks like. He has really like your skin complexion. So like a butterscotch or light brown caramel. His feet are bare. Looks like he has some kind of feathers around the ankles. And he's so follow the messages of the heart. It's all about you just accepting it and moving into it. You so this okay, this is not him speaking. Hold on. This is something else. Okay. So you might find that you bounce from group to group to group to group. Don't question it too much. It's going to help activate, enlighten, and bring you back to where you're supposed to be. Help you to remember, basically, right? Because you have because of other lifetimes, this memory or knowledge of self and abilities have been suppressed. Okay. Again, kind of like a whole somewhat of like a witch wound because of the opposition or the trouble it has come with it. Then you suppress it coming into another lifetime. But this is who you are. So you're going to be getting back to that. I'm also seeing him walk against the like so I'm seeing like a body of water. I don't know if this is a creek, maybe something like that, and it has like stones at the side. I'm seeing him like walk along that. I feel like he's saying, take some grounded walks if you can. Just be able to travel and be comfortable and let nature speak to you. It's a lot of things in nature that is helpful. And it's not something that you have to intellectualize too much, just being present, just being in the moment. And I'm going to leave you with that for now. So, what do you think? What's your feedback?
Mm. I don't really know. I don't even know what to say.
You don't have much to say. Well,
Mm.
do you find any of it enlightening or helpful?
Feeling like generalizing.
Okay, I can't say that one more time. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I kind of found that helpful.
Okay. Do you have any questions that you would like me to pull or ask or
Um, I think you said something about speaking with the air. What does that mean?
okay, so like when I do stuff, like I will write it down. I'm a fire element.
Me too.
So and this is funny even me saying this because I never really connected the two because my zodiac is a Leo is fire, so it's funny me saying this. Okay. So I will write stuff down and release it with fire, right? You
Yeah.
can speak in the air. What is your speak to the air? So like let's say um you want to be released of all negativity and oppression from all lifetimes, times and dimensions, whatever. Speak it into the air.
Okay.
Just speak. So just speak it. Okay. What is your sign?
Leo.
You're Leo?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're fire as well.
Yeah.
So that might work. The fire part might work for you too. So yeah. Um, you could probably do both actually. But you do have a connection in nature overall. But he did say, you could speak into the air. You can y- I'm also wondering if this is some kind of air bending of sorts, like the airbender. So I think more of it will become clear and unfold as you go along the path, right?
Yeah.
But that's interesting to know that you're a Leo. Are you a July or August Leo?
August
August Leo. Okay. What day?
3rd.
Third?
Yeah,
August the
August
th
3rd.
Oh, okay. All right, Leo. Another Leo. That's awesome to know. Okay, so you're very good-hearted, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely. Let me see if I can get anything else before I close out. I got the eagle. I got a picture of the eagle. Hold on. Let me see what that means. What? Okay, so the eagle is often a solar symbol and can be linked to all sky gods. It signifies inspiration, release from bondage, victory, longevity, speed, pride, father, and royalty. So it's funny, right? Because you did get a card that was saying that this stuff is going to take off with speed. I think it was one of those animal cards, the what was the rabbit spirit? And release from bondage. We talked about you also sharing your story. And you can even speak your story with animals. So you have a connection to animals, victory, longevity. So all of this is basically the symbolization of this eagle is just really wrapping up and tying in with the message. So that's sweet. Did you have anything else to ask me? No? Well, thank you so much, Nick, for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. You can book at RacqiRoadTV.com. And also, I host an evidential mediumship and psychic abilities group that is on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's Wednesdays, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can get to that through my website as well and sign up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, love you guys.